So let's sit with the back straight now. I'm seeing all the regular faces. Welcome back to today's session. Joining me on Zoom and some of the people who are seeing it for the first time on Facebook Live. So let's sit with the back straight first. Prepare ourselves to center into the space of meditation, dhyana. So bring awareness to the whole body from head to the toes. Be physically present in the body. Then expand your awareness to encompass your breathing, a breath awareness. Taking long inhalation and long deep exhalation. Bring awareness to the two gaps in between incoming breath, outgoing breath, and incoming breath. Use that gap, the space of the Shiva consciousness to center yourself back to the present. Come to the space of restful awareness in Shravana, authentic listening. In the listening space, I'd like you to join the palms together in Amajali Mudra, in your heart center, Anahata Chakra. Let's begin by invoking Swamiji's presence, our Guru, by chanting the Sadguru Vandanam. Take a deep breath. Nityanandam Paramasukaram Kevalam Jnanamutim Dvandvatitam Gaganashaprisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Savvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavaditam Trigunarahitam Sadguruntam Namami. Nityanandam, welcome back to Meditation is for You. Today is lesson number 11. Today we're going to have a very, very fun meditation called Stop That Action Meditation, which is given by Paramashiva to Devi in the Vinaya Vairava Tantra. So this is Nitya Dugananda. I'm from Kailasa, Singapore. Today is 8th of June, 2022. A very warm welcome to all of you. Those who have been following this series of meditation regularly, I hope you are enjoying all the meditation that is being reviewed by Paramashiva and also all the sacred secrets when it comes to dhyana. Dhyana is one of the limbs of the Shashtanga Yoga, the 6 limbs of yoga, and dhyana is the limb just before samadhi. So to dhyana, you jump into samadhi. So let's dive straight into today's session. Let's look at the flow. Okay? Today's outline of the session is, first I will talk about the meditation, about this meditation, what is it all about? And then we will look at the Shastra Pramana from Vinaya Vairava Tantra, because there's a direct instruction given by Paramashiva to humanity, and that time when he delivered, he gave it to Devi, Parashakti. Then we will go through the instructions, how to do this meditation. Then finally, after the instruction, we'll go through the process for about 21 minutes. And finally, we have a quick sharing with all of you, the participants. Okay? Are you all ready? Yes? Give me a thumbs up. You are ready to sit? Awesome. Great. So now let's understand what about this meditation is all about. Come. Okay? So this meditation is called Stop That Action. Have a sit. See, understand, all of us are just running behind doing and having. We forgot to be, the being level, because we're constantly taught by society to run behind something, whether it's name and fame, whether it's accumulation of external possession, assets, money, that running behind, the restlessness to run behind something. Okay, so we move from activity to activity, where it's like, what's next, what's next, what's next? We're constantly looking at what's next, what's next, what's next. So our whole life is just doing, 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 and just more doing. Okay, because of the habituated doing, we forgot to be. So when we're working, we're talking, we're doing planning, we're, trying to build relationship, we're doing all kinds of things, all in the action. Okay, physically and mentally, we're constantly doing something, even though you may not be physically doing, but thinking, the inner chatters, it is still doing. Somebody say that, remember in his the unclutching initiation, he said that thinking is an action. Okay, so the moment you have inner chatters, you're thinking, it is an action. You can just drop it, just like the way you can stop walking, stop, running, you can also stop thinking. So, but why are we doing? Why are we doing this so much doing? It's because we're caught up with having. Because by doing, we will accumulate, we'll have something. So we're always trying to possess more and more and more, accumulate more and more and more. And I remember before I met Swamiji, I was like that too. Constantly running behind, restlessness, just like running behind, status, running behind possession, running behind material pleasures, all kinds of running. I was just running behind till I hit the wall. The wall is called the depression of success. Too successful in the outer world, but in the inner world was just in pure poverty. Okay, so that was a time I started seeking. Something is seriously wrong. I have so much in the outer world, but I'm not happy. I'm so angry and restless. So that started the seeking. See, only more for a mature soul or advanced soul, this awareness, like hitting the depression at the early stage of the life, happens. Okay, because you realize, hey, there got to be something more than just running behind all these external ephemeral things, right? So I hit that, and that's how I started my seeking in. I think by the time I was like late 20s. So see, having made us feel very powerful, because you can show off your possession, right? So we try to accumulate more, acquire more money, prestige, friends, certificates or approval, like certain status that you and health, whatever may be. We just try, or even knowledge. Some people get the thrill of boasting they know so much, right? So all this is like, this whole running behind of having, which is what the modern society taught us. Okay, so next slide. So because of this, in the middle of doing and having, what happened is we don't even remember that we're a being, human being. We're not human doing, we're a human being. But we're caught up in the doing. So we forgot that we're supposed to be. So that is the whole problem. That starts the whole problem, okay? So we're caught up with the doing, so much so that we become so restless. The moment we try to settle down and not do anything, we become, hey, that's not, something is seriously wrong. We can't even be, able to sit with ourselves if we are too habituated to the doing part. Okay, so the truth is, being should precede all actions, all having. That means if you're center established on a being, your doing will be meaningful. Your doing will bring fulfillment, and your having will also bring fulfillment. But instead of centering on the being and doing the action, we are doing the action but fragmented from a being. That means disconnected from a being. So that starts the whole problem. Understand? When you're doing the running behind without the being part involving your being, that's where at some point in time, you hit the depression because you find meaningless. You're running behind so many things, but you do not know why you're running. You're like a rat, in the treadmill. We call that, at the end of the day, you're still a rat. You're just running behind, don't know when to stop. That was what I literally felt when I was in a corporate world. I was just running. I was like, okay, what's next? Okay, go and run behind something. After that, what's next? And after a while, it's like, I think life is not just all this running about. So when you come to that realization, that means the soul maturity will start to happen. Okay, so now this is what happened. The core of who we are is being. So when you come back to the core, then you do the doing and having from the core. Your life will bring so much meaning and fulfillment. Okay, so this meditation technique called stop that action is for those people who have forgotten to fall back to their being. Understand? It's like you're just running on the periphery and running, doing, because somebody told you to do this, society asks you to do this, so you're just running like a robot, like a program robot or computer. You're just running, do not know why you're running. You lost touch with your sense of your core of who you are. So this meditation will directly throw you back to your being. Okay? So that's why I say it's a very powerful meditation. Abrupt but powerful. So see, this stop the action is another meditation given, a meditation technique given from Vinaya Bhairava Tantra by Paramashiva. So, and it was made popular by this Russian, basically mystic. Okay, he's a philosopher, also a spiritual teacher called George Gurdjieff. So I'm going to talk about him a lot in the Living Enlightenment book and Guaranteed Solution. If you have read the book, these two books, he talked about this, mystic, this philosopher and a teacher, and he makes some of these techniques from Vinaya Bhairava Tantra very popular in the West. Okay, so, and this is one of very, very famous techniques. So today we're going to do that. This technique is very simple because it all involved is stopping suddenly in the middle of whatever you're doing. Just stop. If let's say you're wearing something, just stop. Let's say you're eating something that you think that you're already full, but you still cannot help but want to eat, just stop. So it's just basically making you stop. Okay, so you must not be aware that you're going to stop, because I'll be the one telling you to stop. Okay. And so it is like it's better to have someone to watch you and see, and then after that give you the instruction, stop. Okay, so that when that happens, it's like, some of you have, when you're young, you play the statue game, right? Someone will and turn around and then you just freeze, right? So is similar to that, but of course the context is slightly different. So when you suddenly are asked to stop an action which you are totally involved in, let's say you're doing some kind of thinking or some kind of action that you're totally involved in, absorbed in, and suddenly somebody just tells you to stop, what happens is that you got a shock. That shock will push you directly into the silence of your being. Okay, so your being is thoughtless consciousness. So that sudden abrupt stop will directly hit you into the silence space. Okay, so in that instant you are thrown back into your being. So this is the technique. Okay, but very quick, I would say. Immediately you will see the result. Okay, next slide. So let me just go through the Shastra Pramana. So you roughly understand the technique now. So just basically stop. Very simple. It is how you do it and how you're being taken to experience that's what all matters. Okay, so which I would guide you through. So you don't have to worry. All you need to understand is this stop the action meditation is something to make you stop whatever you're doing, all the actions, physical action, then the mental action, which is thinking, like impulse, desires. Okay, so let's look at the Shastra Pramana, which is taken from Vinaya Bhairava Tantra Sutra 96. It says, observing the desires which springs up in a flesh, put an end to them, then variably the mind will be absorbed in the very source from which they have arisen. Okay? So when you put a stop suddenly to the thoughts or the desire, the impulse that's coming out from the mind, the minute you just snap that thing and stop it, you will just hit back to the source where it is, where this thing begins, which is the consciousness. Okay? So this is just a very simple technique, but a very powerful technique. Stop that action. Stop whatever that is, the desire or the thoughts. Okay, next. Next slide. Okay, so let me just give the instruction, then we'll go into the real action of the meditation. Okay, let me just move this box over. Okay, so this meditation, you can do it by yourself or in a group. But in this case, today's session, we're doing in a group. So it's a lot more fun. So this is what is going to happen. So listen carefully the instruction, okay? Because I'm going to be one guiding you. So please follow my instruction. Right now, I'm just telling you first, then all of you will do it together. Thumbs up, okay? You need some space, okay? Later you need some space. So listen. So I will give the command to say stop, okay? When I say stop, you literally freeze. Your hand may be up there, your hand may be here, doesn't matter, just freeze. Like suddenly you're put on a frame that you're just frozen, okay? So don't have to be bothered about how you look and how you're not graceful. Forget about all this. Just stop whatever you're doing at the moment when the moment I say stop, okay? You're supposed to be frozen. You're supposed to freeze whenever I utter stop, okay? Just freeze. So simply just drop actions and become a statue, literally frozen, okay? So that is the whole thing. So when you suddenly stop the outflow of the energy, because see, when you're engaging in the outer world, you're directing your energy outside. Your energy is focused on outside, okay? So when I say stop, it throws back into you. That means the energy is thrown back into you. Your energy, attention, move suddenly around, inwards. That means come back inwards to your center. So once again, you are thrown back to your very center and your being. So when that happens, basically you have a glimpse of that no mind zone, and once you have that glimpse of that silence, okay, be very clear, you will never lose yourself again in the activity outside. The more and more you become adept in this stopping the action and falling back into your center. See, when you do meditation, other form of meditation, the whole point is getting into that center of thoughtless zone, right? But here is suddenly when you stop, you will just be pushed back, turned inwards into that silence. The more and more you experience that silence, the more and more you feel at peace, recognizing this space, which is your core, your original state. Understand? So the more and more you experience this center, a glimpse of this, silence, be very clear, you'll never lose sight again in the outer world activities and forgot this space of who you are. Okay? So this is the meditation technique. Okay, understand, every sutra in Vijnana Vairava Tantra is independently intelligent enough to lead you to enlightenment. Okay, that's what Parameshwar's promise. Some of the techniques are so simple because they are for innocent being. This is one technique for innocent being. Okay, people who are innocent and open. So even as you are doing, you will be constantly aware of being. See, even after having experienced that center, when you are still engaged in the outer world, you'll be aware of the doing and your being. Understand, that is the main difference. You will be able to touch your inner space, okay? And you will become aware of the activities, outside. What is the activity outside? And simply, basically, ripples on the surface. That means you feel like the activities are just like ripples on the surface, but your core is not touched. Your core is unshakable. That is that immovable part. That's why in Ishavasya Upanishad it says immovable. Your consciousness is immovable. It can never be violated. You are just so, strong internally. Till you feel that strength, you need to experience that space first in order to fall back onto that core of who you are. Okay? So this is the mood of perpetual meditation. When people say, how can I be in perpetual meditation? This is it. Bring awareness to the core of the being. Still engaging in the outer world, doing the things, but not losing sight of that space of awareness. Understand? When you operate, when you function in the outer world from that space, you will have intelligence to make all kinds of right decisions. You will have the knowing to guide you through even adversity. You will not be shaken. Okay, you may feel imbalanced a little bit, but very quickly you'll be able to fall back to the center once again and balance yourself and take off again. So that is the whole point of this meditation. Okay, next slide. This is the last slide, I think. So we will be doing 21 minutes. Understand, I have divided the meditation into 3 parts. The first part is going to be a walking meditation. So you'll be walking around wherever you are. I will play the music. Don't look up or elsewhere. Just look on your feet where you're walking. Connect with Mother Earth and walk. Okay? Slowly and walk. Don't walk fast. Walk slowly. Feel every step, the grounding, the experience of your feet landing on Mother Earth. The connection. Okay, so you'll be doing the walking meditation for 7 minutes. In between the 7 minutes, when I say stop, you will just freeze. Okay, you just stop the walking. Got it? Yes? Thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying. Walking meditation, when I say stop, just stop. Okay, don't do any other things. The second part, the next 7 minutes, is a dynamic dance. So I'll play some nice music, you'll be dancing. You'll be loose in your dance. And then I say stop. Again, you will freeze wherever movement you are. Okay. Then again, I play the music and you dance again. So you'll be dancing, stopping, stopping. But I won't do it too often so that you can be in that meditative state. Okay? That is the second part. Now, the third part is after that action part, the last stage is I'm going to make you sit. See, the first 2 parts are physical action, walking and dancing, right? Where you're doing something. You're physically. But the last part, you're going to sit. Body is in stillness. But mind is in action. Your mind will have desire, will have thoughts, will have emotion, impulse coming in, right? All kinds of feelings, like feeling anger, feeling tired, feeling sleepy, whatever is that feeling, the action inside, you're going to stop it. It's like sometimes you have negative thoughts, right? Something negative pops up and you don't want to entertain that, just stop it. Okay? So you're going to, the third part is your internal action. You have to do the stopping yourself. I will be in silence. Because after knowing when to stop, the third part, you'll stop yourself. The moment you catch yourself thinking, having some kind of desire or thought, stop. Okay? So this is the third part. The third part is the more subtle part because you're working on stopping the mind. That means unclutching from your thinking. Got it? Give me a thumbs up. Looks like there's no text on the chat. So all of you, please stand up now. I'm going to play a music. And then all of you, you can form a circle. For those of you who are at the audience, you form a circle. Okay, so you're going to walk around the hall. You don't have eye contact on each other. Just look at your feet and walk on earth. Okay, just stand and look down. Okay, you ready? I'm going to put a timer to that. All of you, please find space in your house, your room, whatever may be, and okay. Let me see if you're ready. Give me a thumbs up. I'm going to play the music now. I want to see how many thumbs up. Okay, so it looks like everybody is ready. Okay, great. Let's start now. So look down. Like how you're going to do the walking in the morning walk on a park. Just keep walking. Stop. Continue.
When your immunity matters, reach for Sambacol.
Keep walking. Slow down the pace. Feel intensely the connection with Mother Earth. How you balance the weight on each feet. Your posture. The energy flow. How Mother Earth supports you. Become fully aware as you walk, as you connect with her. Stop. Just pause. Continue. Sensitize the sole of your feet, the feet that touch the ground. Feel intensely the plane of contact between the feet and the earth. Communicate through the touch with the earth. And see if you can sense, have a communion with Mother Earth. Bhuma Devi. Experience Bhuma Devi through this walking meditation. Listen to her. If you are in silence, you will be able to hear her. Stop. Freeze. Continue. Stop. Just freeze. Be in this silent space for a while. Alright, relax the body. We're now going to do the next part 2, which is the next 7 minutes. We are going to do the dynamic dance. Okay? You ready? Are you all ready for the dynamic dance? Give me a thumbs up. Those are on the screen. Yes? I'm trying to find a nice piece of music. Okay, here we are. Something's wrong with my Close your eyes. Start moving the body. Follow the rhythm. Feel the rhythm in your body. Stop. Continue. You can move around in the whole hall. You don't have to stay there. You can move around. Stop. Freeze. Observe the silence. Move. Continue. Increase the energy, the pace. Shake the body intensely. Catch the thread of this music and move with the rhythm. Go wild. No inhibition, just let go. Be absorbed in what you're doing, totally, totality. Be total in what you're doing, that is meditation. Lose the boundary of your identity. Just be absorbed in the action of the dance. Keep going. Shake every single muscles and bones. Loosen up. Lose yourself and you will find yourself. Pause. Experience the silence. Continue. Resume. Keep moving. Freeze. Now, I'd like you to come and sit it in any comfortable meditative posture for the next 7 minutes. This time round, you're going to turn your awareness inwards into your inner space and stop the actions of your thought, the impulse, the desires, thought current, the thinking which go on and on and on in your inner chatters. Start now. Whenever you catch yourself, the thoughts has arisen, stop it. Okay? Start. relax from the meditation. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. You didn't realize 21 minutes passes by so quickly, right? How was it? Hey, by the way, this technique is excellent for treating addiction, especially the youth who have addiction in all kinds of vices, computer addiction, gaming addiction, addiction to pornography, addiction. When the impulse, the desire takes over, this is a direct technique to stop. So for the program that we're doing to launch the youth program, this one technique we can teach the youth how to get out of their addiction. Okay, this just came to me. It's a perfect technique for coming out of addiction. See, when you become aware the desire to do something, right? See, the addiction is nothing but what? The impulse or you're not able to control the desire to do something, right? So that means the desire taken over your conscious will. So this technique directly just stop that, the mind, and fall back to the being. Allow that the whole desire to arise and then just stop it. And you'll see the more and more they do it, the more and more it will strengthen the consciousness part of them. Just for information, this is a perfect technique for the modern days youth who are stuck with different addiction. Okay. So anyone want to share your experiences?
Yes, I can share.
Yes, Jane, go ahead.
Definitely this time is very powerful. Very it's actually out of my expectation, because I never really feel that, that obvious, but this time is very effective, I would say. So for the first part I can share is when we were walking on the ground, observing our steps and feet, I was a bit wobbly, and then cannot walk very properly. I wonder why, but not very firm. When you said stop, I almost fell. And then so this was the first part. The second part was dancing part, and I did it very intensely, and surely there was no thought came in.
Yes.
And then the meditative, well, the sitting down one, the third part.
Yes.
And then there was something came to my mind, and then I told it to stop. Actually, the first thing came into my mind was the last bit of work I was before I left office. And but I wanted to come to this class, so I overrun a little bit, and then I didn't finish my spreadsheets and thing. And then it came to my mind, and then and then I told it to stop, and then it just yeah, and then the picture of my spreadsheet drifted away. Yeah, and then I forgot about the second thought came to me, and then the third, and then I was in this space, this very bright space that was empty, and I enjoyed it very much. And then this person I dislike very much came to my mind. Her face came to my mind, and then I told her to stop, and then she just disappeared. Very effective. So
very powerful,
amazing,
right?
Yes, very
Everyone
powerful.
agrees it's a very powerful meditation. Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, and also when and then one more physical feeling was that my third eye area became very sensitive again.
Yes, because the energy is connecting. Yes.
Yeah. So I can say it's very powerful for me this time.
Awesome. I think many people enjoy this meditation. Yes, I'm hearing a resounding yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
just simply, Mahadeva says, just stop. Whatever nonsense you're doing, whatever shit they're doing, just stop.
It's so amazing because in other time when we wanted to stop, it didn't stop.
Yeah,
But during this process, when you say stop, it just went away.
yeah. Understand this is an initiation because he's introducing the technique to all of you through this program. You are receiving that initiation. Understand? When you're doing on your own, when you say stop, but it's not an initiation. The energy he doesn't connect. So now you're doing in his breathing space and it's an initiation. So, and you experience that pure space of your being, the core of your being.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice. Anyone want to share? Anyone else want to share? Come on, just unmute yourself. Otherwise, I'll conclude already.
I love this meditation. Thank you, Maduka, for teaching us this technique.
Rosita, hey, Hong Kong, yes. You enjoy it?
Yes, very much.
Fun, right? It's quite fun, isn't it? So you can do it. See, when you are in certain low mood, when you're thinking very negatively, you're frustrated, all you have is negative thought current, light negative thought current. This is the time you just do this meditation and whack the whole, mind and fall back to your being. Understand? This is just a direct technique to get out all that, low idea about you or low identity about you, and again raise yourself to the consciousness and fall back to your center. Okay? So this is a direct technique called stop the action. Whether it's outer action or inner action. Inner action is in the form of inner chatters, your thought current. Okay? So don't think that thinking is not action. Thinking is also an action. When you're not thinking, you're in a pure space of restful awareness. That's where you're unclutched. Okay? Good. So I have one person who is enjoying. Jane also enjoying. What about the rest? I know I saw the Teresa also said she loved it. Nice. How about Anita? How was it? After missing for a few weeks, how was it? Today's meditation, Anita?
It was really good. I've been meditating for a few weeks already, so in the silence. So I like the dance. I think the dancing is amazing. I did that a lot when I was on the island alone, and I think that's one of the best meditation techniques. Yeah, when you let go.
Yes. Awesome. What about our friends Anidyata and Paramashantini? Do you do, both of you?
Yes. In the meditation part, when I stop the thoughts, then I see that when a thought came into my mind, then I will have just like a mechanism that pass through the right or wrong gate. I can see that how the things came in to my mind, and I already have system to differentiate is this right or wrong. So I mean duality. So in this process, I see this part of my thoughts. Then I can now able to modify it.
Good. You become aware of the process, how thoughts comes in and how you can just stop the action of your thinking, right? Great. So see all this technique from Vijnana Vairava Tantra, directly enlightenment technique from Mahadeva to Devi. They're very powerful. So powerful, if you practice them itself, you just reach that space. The more and more you become adept with this technique, the more and more you can just fall back into the center so quickly. You will never be in balance forever. Even if for a moment something like some bad news from outside that came crushing, you may be jostled a little bit, but again, you'll fall back to the center very quickly. Understand? You will never lose your balance, ever, when you know this technique. Okay? Blessing to all of you who are here to enjoy and receive this technique from Paramashiva. So, if all of you didn't have a chance to share, some of you may be still processing because it's like some deep experience happening or something is opening up. You can share in the group where we have the group, and you can just, whoever wants to be added in the group, you can add into the group and just let me know or let any one of us know, and then we add you in the group, and then you can share. It's a group called Wednesday Meditations for You. So every Wednesday we meet and we share personal experiences of this technique. So any other question? I saw someone type something. Let me just see. Yes, Maheshwari, you've had too many of these hyperactive inner chatters. You need to do it every day. You just need to bring awareness and stop it. You see, this technique should be it's anytime, anywhere technique. Wherever you are, traveling, wherever you are, you're doing, you catch yourself, you're out of that space of restful awareness. Just stop it. Stop, stop, stop. Okay? The more and more you are accustomed to this technique, more and more the duration of the silence you will have, the inner peace, Paramashanta Swarupa will happen naturally. Understand? So, see, it's when you don't know how to stop these inner chatters, this busy, constantly thinking, engaged in this, past, present, past, future, and never allow you to be in the present moment, in the restful awareness. This technique gives the immediate, or I would say push you back, just shock you, and you are just put back into your center. So that is what Mahadeva or Paramashiva is gifting all of us through this technique. Okay? So with that, I would like to conclude. Thank you all for joining. It's been a fun time. A short 1 hour of meditation, but something powerful happening at different level. Lots of healing happen and also awareness. So with that, let me just conclude with the Puna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Saubham Bhagavat Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Parka Paramastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you, Nityanandam. See you all next week.